Okay, so here we'll be looking at the concept of partnerships. So basically in a partnership, we have a pool of investors, we have a group of investors who basically put in something or the other in a pool of investment. Now these investment reaps some profits at the end of the time period of the investment, and those profits are distributed to each of the investor according to the amount of their investment as well as the time period for which they had invested their money. So for doing the partnership kind of questions, we usually use a timeline to do so because it makes the visualization very easy to do it. So we'll take an example and use a timeline to solve this particular example. So the question states A started with a business with 40,000. So we can straight away see A has started with 40,000 initially at time period equal to 0. So this is time 0. After 2 months, B joined him with 60,000. So basically if we make 2 months here, this is the 2 months time period, time point. In this time point, only A is there with 40,000. Now after 2 months, B joined him with 60,000 and C joined them after some more time with 1,20,000. So let that some more time period be 2 plus T. So let this particular time period be T. We don't know this. And in this particular time period, so here A's investment is still there intact, which is 40,000, and B investment is also there, which is 60,000. Now after the time period 2 plus T, we know that C has also joined at 120,000 basically. So A and B are still there. So A is 40,000 and B is again 60,000. So all three are there after time period 2 plus T. Now it is given that at the end of the year, out of a total profit of 375,000, C gets 150,000 as his share. We have to find out how many months after B joined the business did C join. So basically we have to find T. Okay. So we have been given the share of C here. Now basically we know that the profits are divided into 3 investors on the basis of the amount which they have invested and the time period which they have invested. So we can make a new quantity which is called rupees into months. Okay, so for A, this quantity will be 40,000 invested for 12 months. So this is 12 because it is given at the end of the year. This is 12. So the 40K of A is invested for the whole period. So this becomes 480K. This is units. We can take any unit. So let's call it units right now. Okay. Now we'll see for B. The B's investment of 60K has been invested for a period of 10 months. So we have 600K units for B. Okay. So now we look at for same units for C. So C has invested 120K for a time period of 12 minus 2 minus T. So this is 12 minus 2 minus T. Okay, which is equal to 120 into 10 minus T. Now we have been given the C share is 150,000 out of 375,000. Okay, so C's share percentage is what? It's 150K upon 375K. And from this particular calculations, we know that C's percentage share is 120 into 10 minus T upon total 120 into 10 minus t plus for A and B. So 600 plus 480 is 1080. And this should be equal to 150 upon 375, because the ratio of which the total profits is distributed to the three investors is equal to the ratio in which they have invested and the time period for which they have invested. So this equation therefore holds true. Now we need to simplify this particular equation. So how we do that? We first cancel out the 120 from here, and this goes by 9. 1080 upon 120 is 9. And we can simplify this. We can first cancel it out by 25. So we have here 25. This goes 125. So 15. And this goes by 6. Now it goes by 3, 2 and 5. So we are left with 10 minus t upon 10 minus t plus 9 is 19 minus t. This is equal to 2 upon 5. So we get 50 minus 5t is equal to 38 minus 2t. Now if we bring 5t here and 38 here, we'll get 50 minus 38, which is 12, equal to 5t minus 2t is 3t. So t is equal to 4 months. So this is the required answer. Basically, C had invested 4 months after B did. So t is equal to 4, and therefore C has invested for a total period of 6 months. Okay. So this is how we solve these kind of problems.